Welcome to Talkpoint, your trusted source for verified and balanced reporting on the stories happening in America and the world. A new budget standoff Washington's once again rising concern for millions of Americans who depend on federal food assistance. As lawmakers clash over government spending, the possibility of a partial shutdown in voting programs like SNAP, the Supplemental National Assistance Program, under renewed pressure. According to the latest update from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, SNAP benefits are funded on a month-to-month basis. This means that if a federal government shutdown, benefit for November would still be issued, but payment for December could face delay in funding isn't restored. The USDA says it has contingency plans in place to ensure that no one immediately loses access to it, and an unexpected shutdown could disrupt assistance for more than 40 million low-income Americans who rely on SNAP to buy cooked. That include families with children, seniors, and veterans across the 50 states. The warning comes as Congress faces a local deadline to approve new government funding. Disagreement within the House Republican caucus have stalled progress, with some members demanding deeper spending cuts to domestic programs before agreeing to any new deal. According to Politico and The Hill, many of these lawmakers are aligned with former President Donald Trump, who has encouraged them to hold firm against what he calls wasteful spending. Trump's influence over the negotiations have been strong, especially among members of the Freedom Caucus who are pushing the produce to cap federal social programs, including SNAP. Democrats, meanwhile, argue that such cuts would disproportionately harm low-income families at a time when food prices remain high. President Biden has urged lawmakers to pass a short-term funding measure to keep the government open while border negotiations continue. The White House said the administration is working to prevent any disruption in benefit, but the political standoff has already caused uncertainty for agencies that provide essential services. The last major government shutdown was latest from late 2018 into early 2019, so food stamp funding nearly ran out, pushing emergencies measures to keep the program alive. Nonpartisan Washington was that if a shutdown were to stretch beyond 1 month, food banks across the country could face a massive increase of demand, fearing America, the nation's largest hunger relief organization, said that local pantries are already seeing higher demands due to inflation, and another funding delay could leave many families without support. The Center on Budget and Policy Priorities estimates that around 41 million people currently depend on SNAP, including 12 million children and 5 million seniors. In addition, millions of low-wage workers rely on the program to help offset rising grocery costs. While some conservative lawmakers argue that eligibility rules are necessary to reduce government spending, economists note that SNAP have been one of the most effective tools in reducing food insecurity and stimulating local economics. Every dollar spent on the program generates roughly $1.50 in economic activity, according to USDA research. As the funding deadline approaches, both parties are under pressure to find common ground. Lawmakers from both sides, as well, are expressed frustration at the growing uncertainty, worrying that ordinary Americans will bear the brunt as shutdown that could and avoided through compromise. At this point, the USDA says benefits for November are secure, but the agencies had argued Congress to act safely and prevent any disruption. Beyond that, the stakes are high, not just for those relying on this associated, but for the millions of workers and families affected by federal service that can't push during a shutdown. In the end, this isn't just a fight over numbers on a spreadsheet. It's a test of political responsibility, one that will determine whoever millions of Americans can put on the table in the week ahead. We will continue following this development story and bring a verified update as the situation evolves. This is Talkpoint, bringing you fact-based coverage of the global stories that matter. Stay informed, stay balanced, and stay subscribed for more trusted news and analysis.